Hey, welcome back once again to Jack's Tech Corner and another technology video. Now this video is going to be hosted only on this particular channel that you're watching right now, Jack's Tech Corner. Now under the Jack's Tech Corner scope of networks, I do also have another channel called 42 Technoman, and I'll still be housing videos over there on Photoshop and photography, but I wanted to move my technology videos onto this particular channel, Jack's Tech Corner. So that's why you're seeing it here. With that said, what this video is going to be on is upgrading your WordPress installation. Obviously, that's how you found me. Obviously, you're looking to upgrade WordPress, and you were trying to find out how you would do that. There's actually a couple ways we can do that. Let's go back to the dashboard here of our WordPress. We can actually go up here to upgrade where it says WordPress 3.3.2 is available. Please update. Now I tried that, but there's some issue with a file inside of my installation, my old installation, so it will not allow me to upgrade. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go to where it says please update now, and I'm going to download the WordPress. So all that is, and I'm sure you know this, if you have a WordPress site, I'm sure you know about downloading. We're going to save the zip file. And we'll just hit save. And it saves it pretty fast there. And it's saved. At that point, I'm going to right click here and go to open the file. Now I'm using a Mac here, so it's in Finder. But if you're using Windows, you would know where the download is. Just save it somewhere where you know. And you're going to right click on it. We're either going to use archive utility on the Mac, or you're going to uncompress it if you're using Windows. Very simple. Let's uncompress it. And here is our WordPress installation. Here's everything we need right here for our WordPress to bring it up to the new version. Now this is a little touch and go here. I'm a little nervous today because this is actually upgrading quite a bit of versions from where I was. So I hope everything goes okay. I have a lot of iTunes podcasts connected to this WordPress, so hopefully everything will work out okay and we can upgrade this thing just fine, and it'll be good to go. Now with that said, how am I going to upgrade this then? And I get these files to my web server. Now I use a hosting service, which you may, and I'm using a program here called FileZilla to FTP, or File Transfer Protocol, my files up to my web server. This is my web server. Over here on the right it says remote site. Over here on the left it says local site. That's my local computer, obviously. So what we want to do here is we want to upgrade or push all this stuff over to the new or to the old site and overwrite everything. Again, keep our fingers crossed, and hopefully this works out okay. If you are nervous at all, you can definitely go, and we're going to see here if we can actually pack this up before we do this. If you go under Tools, and then Export, we can actually export our XML file to this computer. What that's going to do is at least give us a backup of all those posts and everything. So we're going to have those. So let's download the export file. And we'll save the file. I'm going to just keep it in the same place as that zip file just so I have it. And at that point the download's already completed, so now we have that. Okay, with that said, let's keep our fingers crossed again. We are now going to go to where I downloaded the software, and we are going to take this. I'm going to select all this, and we're going to upload it over to my remote site. So I'm just going to right click and go to upload. And at this point we're going to overwrite everything. So always use this action and click OK. Now it's just a matter of waiting until all these files get uploaded to our web server and our actual blog site. As you can see at this point now, all of our files are now uploaded. So our web server tells us that the transfers have completed And the directory listing was successful. So I'm going to just pull this aside because I'm really hoping this to be true. Now what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to go back to the dashboard. And it says you cannot update because WordPress 3.2.2 requires MySQL version 5.0 or higher. You are running version 4.0. So at that point, I'm going to have to go and try to update my SQL server and see what can happen there. I'm not sure yet what's going to happen, but I have to see if I can change the version number and make it the required version. So let me go ahead and work on that, and I'll bring you back here when we get the update closer to being done. Okay, after almost running into short and positive disaster, as you've seen earlier, it said my database was out of date because I was using MySQL 4.0 with the old WordPress. I was using 1, 2, 3. I was using MySQL 4.0 with the older WordPress installation, and you've seen it said I needed MySQL 5.0. So my particular hosting service is oneandone.com. So I went to one and I found a help file that said, this is what you need to do. What I had to do, which was a little bit scary in its own right, is you have to create a new MySQL database and make it a 5.0. Then I had to do an export using PHPAdmin. If you've never used PHPAdmin, I would suggest if you have your own web server somewhere and you're using WordPress, learn PHPAdmin because you want to go in there and do an export and save that to a file every now and then just in case something like this happens. I was able to go in and export my 4.0 data out. And then I had to recreate a new database using MySQL 5.0. And then I re-imported that data into the fresh new database. Then I went back to my WordPress installation, and what I did was I deleted the config file, the WP config file, delete it, and then just go through the install like you would normally do a setup and connect it to the new database. Upon doing that, my installation came back up. Everything was there. I could see it perfect. When I just went in to go into WP admin, or the admin side of my WordPress, I came out with this to update my database. So obviously the database structure has changed a little bit in WordPress, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And at that point it already says the update's been completed. Hit continue. And now, as you can see here, well, we'll go down here and I'll show you, I am now running WordPress 3.3.2 on this installation. I have all my data back. I feel great. This wasn't a total disaster. It was one of those, you had to upgrade it sooner or later because there's a lot of security vulnerabilities when you're working with any of this online type of stuff. You guys know that. So you want to keep your WordPress up to date if you're using WordPress as your content management system, such as I am. But if I go back here, you'll see all my videos came back up, as well as all my audio files, and everything's back in there. So we are once again, on top of it, and hunky-dory. So there you go. We're running, and everything's great. I'd like to thank you for watching this episode of Jack's Tech Corner, upgrading your WordPress blog. And, keep your blog updated. Don't get like me. This one kind of fell behind because I haven't used it a whole lot, and I just found a new use for it. So this is one of my WordPress blogs, and I have a few others that I run. So thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed to these YouTube videos, please click the subscribe button and subscribe today so you get updated on continuing shows later on down the road. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.